hospitalized last week after his daughter said he was experiencing a medical complication.
It was bad enough that family members from outside of Atlanta, there were some in Atlanta, but family members from outside flew in and rushed to the hospital to be by his side.
Beloved actor and comedian Jamie Foxx has suffered a serious medical emergency. The news comes from none other than his own daughter, Corrinne Foxx, who revealed that her father suffered a serious medical complication. What happened to Jamie Foxx and how is he now? Will Jamie make a full recovery, or should we be worried for his life? Let's find out. Just a week ago, Jamie Foxx was perfectly healthy and working hard on the set of his movie. He posted a video talking about how grateful he was for the fans supporting his work and tuning in to watch his show. He was excited to keep working and putting out the best work to pay the fans back for their constant support and love. What he didn't know was that just a week later, he would find himself struggling for his life. Corrinne Foxx, Jamie's 29-year-old daughter, posted a picture on her Instagram that immediately sent fans into a frenzy. Without any prior warning or sign, Corrinne announced that Jamie had suffered a serious medical complication. She wrote, "We wanted to share that my father, Jamie Foxx, experienced a medical complication yesterday. This immediately sent the fans in a state of panic, but Corrinne wasn't very forthcoming about the exact details of Jamie's health scare. Was it a heart attack? Was it an accident? Her post left much to be explained. However, Corrinne did let people know that her father was already on his way to recovery. Whatever the matter was with him had been swiftly handled and taken care of. Corrinne also said that the family requested privacy during this tough time. She wrote, "Luckily, due to quick action and great care, he is already on his way to recovery. Jamie was perfectly healthy just days ago. In fact, he was working harder than ever on his latest movie called Back in Action. The shooting for the Netflix movie was taking place in Atlanta, and Jamie was excited about this project, to say the least. He even got Cameron Diaz on board for the project."
It's been almost a decade.
I was
so
gonna say, how long has it been?
Yeah.
7 years? 8 years?
8 years. I think the last film I did was with Jamie, was Annie.
In case any of you missed the important news, Cameron Diaz retired from acting almost a decade ago, but she unretired for just one last movie. That too for her longtime friend, Jamie Foxx. How did Jamie manage to convince Cameron is unclear, but what's clear is that Jamie was feeling quite ambitious about his new film. Out of nowhere, Jamie suffered a mysterious medical emergency that allegedly happened during the filming. Foxx had to be rushed to the hospital immediately, and now, more than a week after Corrinne's post, he is still in the hospital. Corrinne's very secretive Instagram post didn't explain anything about what happened to him. In fact, it made us all the more curious to find out what happened and what they were hiding from us. There are rumors that Jamie has actually suffered a stroke. Although friends and family haven't confirmed this to be true, a lot of people think it was the case thanks to the highly stressful filming days that Jamie was going through. Back in Action was taking a toll on Jamie's mental health, and as it turns out, also his physical health. Everything was pure chaos. Cameron announced halfway through filming that she was retiring again after the movie. On the other hand, the movie wasn't turning out the way Jamie wanted it to. Just last month, Jamie had a full-blown meltdown on set and fired multiple people.
He had an entire meltdown on set, and he's thrown the whole production into chaos after firing one of the executive producers, 2 directors, and even his own driver.
This proves how bad the movie filming was going. And to everyone's surprise, this wasn't the worst of it. Jamie almost got scammed out of 33,000 sterling pounds that was linked to the purchase of a Rolex luxury watch. After this, there was an even bigger setback. Filming was suspended last month when the production team found a World War II bomb without having exploded at the London set. A bomb threat was exactly what would have sent an already overworked Jamie over the edge. Now that you know all this, doesn't the stroke sound like the logical explanation? There's one thing that doesn't make sense in this case. If Jamie had indeed suffered a stroke due to the work stress, why would Corrinne be so hesitant to talk about it? Even after the post, when Jamie's publicist was asked about what happened, he refused to give any indication about the cause of the health scare. He said, "Nothing more at this time than what was posted." This really makes us think, has this health scare got anything to do with Jamie's substance abuse? It's an open secret that Jamie Foxx had his own fight against drugs. When talking about Kanye West's public meltdowns, Jamie got candid and talked about how he himself had been in Kanye's shoes once.
I know Kanye don't come from a bad place.
Right.
And when he talked about the drugs, the mental drugs, I've had an episode of that.
Luckily, at that time, he was able to get help from his family and friends and even managed to hide his breakdowns from the public eye.
I was lucky enough to have people like my sister, like my family say, yo, you can't go out right now because you talking crazy.
Back when he was 18, he suffered a similar episode that left him completely scarred. In fact, it was a life-changing experience for him, and he felt like he was living through a nightmare at that time. This nightmare followed him for a long time outside the hospital room as well. He started to look at life differently and was constantly on edge. You're afraid of the dark, afraid of things you see on the television. You feel that things are coming at you. I felt paranoid, and paranoia is craziness. It's not good. Jamie's drug addiction nearly took his life once before. He almost went into a coma due to the heavy drugs. He recalled that dark time in his life. Something is going on, and I don't know what it is, but I'm going to ride it out. That was the last thing I said. And when I was almost in a coma and I couldn't move, couldn't talk, couldn't even say, take me to the hospital. Jamie had a tough time dealing with his severe addiction and all the health scares that followed it. He felt like he was about to lose his life, and maybe he would have had his friend not helped him out. Jamie recalls, my friend stayed at the hospital with me. Then he took me back to the dorm, and I was afraid of the dark, and he would talk to me every night and calm me down and say stuff like, you're okay, the demons aren't real. He saved my life. Even a year or two after the episode, Jamie suffered serious symptoms from the excessive drug use. He felt like he had scarred himself for life and that he would never be able to recover from this setback. He talked about the dark period of his life. It felt like all of my fears were coming true and I was going crazy. I read up on PCP after it happened. It leaves a fingerprint and you can't get it out of your system. Even now, Jamie worries about these flashbacks coming back to haunt him. Could it really be that his past finally caught up to him? His substance abuse ruined his body right from when he was 18, and his body never fully recovered from the horrible effects of the drugs. He might have been able to turn his life around and get rid of the addiction, but what he did in the past can never be undone. Jamie is an award-winning actor who is probably the favorite actor out there for a lot of you guys. He is loved for his incredible acting and his sweet, swoon-worthy looks. But more than that, everyone loves Jamie Foxx for his passion and dedication to his work. We can only pray that he manages to overcome this devastating episode just like he has done so in the past. Fans are devastated by Jamie's health scare and are hoping he gets back on his feet very soon. He's just 55 years old and has a lot more of his talent and his goodness to show to the world. One fan wrote, respectfully, Jamie Foxx needs to rise from his bed. As a collective, I don't think we have the capacity for more grief. It would really push people over the edge. Others think that all this secrecy regarding his health must be because of his substance abuse. One person wrote, a stroke can alter you forever. The thought of anything about Jamie Foxx being altered truly has me sad. I pray. That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.